Greetings, I'm Hondo, and this is my review of the Electronic Audio Experiments Dagger V2. The single chain for this one is going to be the normal. It's going to be the pedal straight into my MT900v2, all flat, going straight into Ableton. This pedal just has 4 knobs and a switch, so it's really easy to dial in. Up on the top you have the output knob, which controls the volume for the entire pedal. Then next to that you have the gain knob, which controls the gain for your signal. And then beneath that you have a high and low knob. Those control the shelving EQs, which sound exceptionally good. And then in the middle you have a switch, and for bass players this is going to be particularly important. That switch in the up position gives you a more kind of mid-range heavy sound that has a lot of saturated low end to it. And then in the down position the distortion gets tightened up quite a bit, and you will lose some low end on that setting. However, with the lows knob on the EQ, that gives you your bass right back, and that switch really determines kind of the overall sound of the pedal. In particular in the low end, if the switch is in the up position you have a more saturated and gainy type of low end, and then if it's in the down position and you use the bass knob to kind of add your bass back in, you end up with like a little bit of a kind of punchier and like more subby type of sound. So it's pretty important. So the Dagger got sent over to me for review, and I honestly didn't really know anything about it before I got it. I knew Electronic Audio Experiments made it, and I reviewed their Model FET pedal, which is awesome, and I'll throw that up in the corner so you can check that out if you haven't seen it. And that pedal was really good, and I expected that this pedal was also going to be good, and it didn't disappoint me at all. This thing is an absolute just riff machine of a pedal. Every time I turn it on and start playing it, I end up coming up with riffs, and I end up coming up with stuff that's a little bit different than what I would regularly play, just because of how the pedal sounds. It's really fun to play. It feels very dynamic, and really reactive, so it makes anything that you're doing like feel really good, and that contributes a lot, I think anyway, to you coming up with interesting sound and stuff. And no exaggeration, I went to my mailbox, I got the pedal out, came back in here, and I think I had the intro track bass line completely recorded and everything in like I think 20 minutes, which is super fast for a new piece of gear. Usually it takes me a while to get used to things, but this time it just didn't, because it just, for some reason, I just like really gelled with it. And speaking of the intro track, a huge thanks to Gear Addict and Megan L for working with me on that. That was such a blast to do. Links to their social media and YouTube are going to be down in the description, so please go check them out. To me, the sound of this pedal occupies that space between what I would call a distortion and what I call a fuzz. It has the ability to get really tight types of sounds that you would normally associate with distortions, but when you roll the gain up, it also has that kind of like wall of sound effect. It sounds really good with a pick. It sounds great on multiple basses. It plays well with other effects, which is nice. You can get some doomy type sounds if you're playing with a bass that has like a thicker natural sound to it, and it even sounds good on synths. So in my opinion, this pedal has a particularly kind of signature aggressive type of sound in the upper mid range. And I think that's like a core part of the sound, and you probably can hear it on all of the sound clips. It's pretty unique, and it's something that's not going to fit everywhere. I tried to use this on a kind of like a 60s R&B type of session, and I could kind of make it work with my MVP4 with flats, but it wasn't ideal. But then on the other hand, I used this with my own band, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and ended up clearing a spot on my pedal board. Would be using this moving forward in my original band, which is the biggest, vote of confidence I can give a pedal, honestly. So I think with this pedal, if you're trying to use it as like a one-stop shop, like one size fits all type thing, I don't know that you're gonna love it. However, if you're trying to do your own thing and be creative, I would be stunned if you don't have a smile on your face after you play this thing for a few minutes. Speaking of putting smiles on faces, it will put a smile on my face if you go down to the description box and check out the gear links that are down there. Some of those are affiliate links with Zounds, which is a company that I absolutely love working with. Like, they're the absolute best. If you use any of those links and purchase anything from them, that helps me out, and it helps out the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, so that's really, really cool. I would greatly appreciate it if you click on those and buy some stuff. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to check out links to Megan L and Gear Addict's social and YouTube. They're really cool, and I would greatly appreciate it if you showed them some support. Here are some other videos that would be pretty cool to check out. And until next time, I hope you're staying happy and staying healthy. Take it easy.